All right, you guys, welcome in for this episode of Third and Teal. It's me, your boy Isaiah, aka Duval's finest. We got Trevor on the show. Pain. That look is right, Trevor. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get into it. But how you doing today, Trevor? How's the day going? Not thinking about the football. How's the day going?
I think we're all on suicide watch.
Maybe.
I don't feel safe around objects of points or danger or capability of harm. This is just God, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Where to start? Where to even start? Because there are so many things that we got to see last night. I just don't think I don't think a lot of people are smart enough to pick up on them, man. Like, first and foremost, I want to say, I saw someone make a comment about it, and I was thinking it myself, but it makes it clear that I wasn't the only one, and I'm sure a lot of other people shared this thought. It looked like they were trying to get somebody fired, quite honestly, because Cam Robinson's bad, but there were a couple times he literally pushed the defender into Trevor. Monteric Brown, as much as I don't like him, the past couple weeks before this game, he really didn't play the worst, I guess. I mean, he just had untimely mistakes, but he didn't play overall horribly. And then this game, he's just straight ass cheeks from start to fucking finish. Our entire secondary was trash. Our linebackers looked lost the whole game, essentially. They did good in the run game for the most part, but like pass coverage, they all looked lost. Just no idea. We regressed majorly in almost every category of play. It's hard to believe that it's not, to some extent, intentional. It's just disgusting.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm sick right now, actually. Because I'm going to read you off a list of the pressures allowed that were taken as stats. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm more than sure there were some missed, but let's just how many times do you think Cam Robinson allowed a pressure last night? Just a guess.
I know the exact number because I looked at it earlier because I was thinking about how terrible he was. 8.
8. Brandon Scherf 3. Ezra Cleveland 3. Mitch Morse 3. Walker Little 2. Anton Harrison 2. Dude, that's 21 pressures. 21 pressures. That's not, I don't even think, those are separate stats from the sacks also. That's, But you know what I want to point out real quick, and I know we're going to get flack for this one, but everyone's so quick to say, you paid Trevor. Where the fuck has Josh Allen been? Where was he at?
He's generating pressure,
like
allegedly.
Shit too. Allegedly, I didn't see no fucking pressure. Josh Allen, the Bills' Josh Allen looked comfortable as fuck. He could have moved a fucking couch back there, dude. I mean, where's Tyson Campbell? Oh, yeah, that's right. He's fucking on IR. Shocker. Where's Cam Robinson? Dog shit. He's on the field for some reason. Don't know why. I mean, I'll be the first to say, was last night Trevor's best performance? Absolutely not. He probably did play arguably one of his worst games. Not the worst, but one of his on the bad side, obviously. Good Lord. They've got to unplug that fucking bell. Hold on.
Yeah, can't forget the 5 penalties on our offensive line.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's next. But Evan Ingram, even before he got hurt, missing in action. Eric Armstead looks like a plain fucking Jane. He doesn't even look like a shell of his former self. Last night, Foye looked like shit, and then he got hurt on top of it. I mean, Darnell Savage, who knows what we got in him because he's still hurt. I don't know, man. It's crazy. And what people are failing to realize, too, is Trevor got his headset knocked out. He could not hear. There's no communication. He called the rest of that drive, and that drive ended in a touchdown, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. That's our best drive offensively.
So let's just talk about this. If it's not coaching and it's all Trevor's fault, so why is the drive that Trevor calls the touchdown that sparked the only bit of momentum we had the entire game? That's crazy. But he makes one overthrow, and everybody's like, oh, he's not elite. What about Patrick Mahomes then? How many fucking interceptions does he have called back on PI? Because he leads the league. And the second's not even close. The second is also Josh Allen of the Bills, by the way.
With like 8. Compared
another
to 18
thing
from Mahomes.
Yeah, literally. I mean, fucking insane. And then another thing to talk about. The refs were not doing us any favors. We played terribly. We were fucking awful. But the fact that they're grabbing fucking Trayvon Walker from behind, hooked around him and holding his shoulder pad. Trayvon holds his shoulder up so he can get seen, and the ref just like, oh, no, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Trevor gets hit, dropped again, doesn't matter. Gets suplexed another time, doesn't matter. Yep. They had like 1,000,001 illegal shifts. Doesn't fucking matter.
Yep.
And where the fuck did Ryan Nielsen go? Where the fuck did he go? Honestly, that's arguable though, and I'll go ahead and retract that honestly, because with the secondary we had on the field, fuck them. They all look like bums, every fucking one of them. Even Jarian before he got hurt. Losing his fucking assignment on a simple fucking cross motion. That's crazy. Like I said, some of this, it looks intentional. It really does. It really does. And I will say the Jags media team has been normally or unusually quiet. Even after a loss, they've been unusually quiet. And I don't like that people are spinning what Doug Peterson said into the realm of Trevor being benched. Because we can go ahead and usher into that topic as well. Because for any of you retards that thought that Mac Jones was going to solve the problem, he turned the ball over immediately.
Yep, first play.
So go ahead and nip that shit in the butt real quick because not happening. If Trevor does get benched, we're even dumber of a fucking franchise than we already looked like.
He can't bench him.
I don't think Shad Khan would allow it, but
no, Doug Peterson would not. Doug Peterson can't bench him. I don't know if they benched him last night or if they took him out so he wouldn't get hurt. Because there was no point of him playing anymore in that
game. I would honestly say it's probably to preserve injury because he's getting the shit beat out of him, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And again, receivers can't catch the fucking ball, dude. And I'm not going to lie, the touchdown throw to Kirk that should have been a touchdown but got deflected, that should have been pass interference all day. The DB never turned for the fucking ball. Yep. Never once turned for the ball. Never.
Straight into him.
Dove straight fucking into him. Early contact.
Of the Chiefs game.
Yep. Never looked for the ball. I was talking to Duval TV, though, right before the show.
Mm-hmm.
And he said some things, man, that you can't disagree with. The problems aren't correctable with the personnel we have. They're not correctable. Our secondary is dog shit. The personnel out there fucking sucks. They suck. Monteric Brown is the ring fucking leader. I mean, I'm just saying, I know that I've been a little overly harsh on him the past 2 weeks because of his untimely mistakes, because I was kind of blind to the good plays he had made just because of how bad the untimely ones were. But all night last night, he was fucking terrible. He made like 1 or 2 plays, but everybody made 1 or 2 plays. I mean, I would hope you could at least make 1 or 2 throughout an entire fucking 3-hour game, dude. But you are fucking terrible, man. Terrible. Keon Coleman, the last thing that Keon Coleman is known for is separation. He's known for just out-jumping people and catching it over top of them. He is not known for separation, and he ran the fuck away from Monteric Brown. Just every asset of that game was terrible. And I just don't see, dude. I don't see how this can be made a Trevor problem specifically, because they're like, oh yeah, well, look back at his stats. He's never been elite. He's never had a fucking line, dude. He's never had a line. Never. And
the one year they were halfway decent when he went to the playoffs.
Yeah, literally. And then, you look yourself in the mirror and you're like, am I just making excuses for him now because I love him even though the team is trash? And I just keep going back to looking. Even last night, he made elite level throws. They just didn't bring in the fucking ball. Like, it's fucking insane, man.
Yeah. It's definitely something to think about, because Trevor made the throws last night. I mean, he only had, he had a couple that were, a little bit too live of an arm where he overthrew the ball, but realistically, I mean, just more drops.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where is the drops? Drops. There were 4 drops in this game.
Yeah. One or two was to Brian Thomas Jr., if I'm not mistaken.
Sure was. Which that first one, I mean, it hit him in both hands.
Yep.
I was pulling it up, actually. I was pulling up some plays, and then this was one. This was like the second play, the second throw of the game. I mean, doesn't get much better than that. Got it out quick with anticipation. Got the ball there before Douglas got there. Right here, both hands. That should be a catch.
Drop. Yeah, dude. I mean,
he played well.
I don't know what these people want him to fucking do.
Yeah, he wants him to throw it, catch it, win. Because remember, wins is a QB stat. It's not a team stat. Wins is a QB stat, according to everyone.
Clearly, wins is a quarterback stat. Yeah, because I mean, like, it's crazy because people are completely ignoring the fact, like, you can tell that wins is a quarterback stat, and that's all they care about, because Patrick Mahomes has looked the worst that he's ever looked in his career. And they looked very alarming on offense so far. Their defense is what's been winning them games, but nobody's talking about that because they're undefeated, because wins is a team or quarterback stat now.
Yep.
And Trevor Lawrence, man, like, the pick, that's on him. So he makes one bad play, and then everybody's like, see, I told you. Shut up, man. If you guys, like, honestly, at this point, if you're of the opinion that Trevor Lawrence is the problem and benching him is the solution, leave our team.
Very intentional.
Because look at that fat fuck Cam Robinson. Look at him getting cooked, man.
Yeah, that's hard to watch right there.
He's just a bit into the late hit, too.
Yeah, falling or not, that was very intentional. Right for that ankle. You see him wrap it. That should have been a call every day.
Yeah, he went right for it, dude. Yeah, all day. But
that ball should have never been thrown.
That's not even the agreed. But that's obvious. That's honestly though, that's still not even the worst coverage job or blocking job that Cam did last night. There was a fourth down, I think it was, that Cam literally turned around and he's like pushing towards Trevor.
He's lucky this ball wasn't picked. But this is what I'm talking about, where it's like players, like, it looks like he's being coached and being told he better throw it to a certain player. But like, you watch him, he's looking here at this linebacker, he's seeing what he's doing, and then immediately cuts over here, never looks at this side of the field, and you got, these 3 guys all in the same area. Nobody is coming across the middle. Our route concepts are terrible. Like, why do you have 3 guys on this side of the field and not a single one of them is, you have motion Kirk over here and then bring him back underneath? Why are we just like motioning him over, and then we've got 3 guys over here?
Our offense is so basic,
and they're all within 5 yards of each other whenever Trevor throws.
Yeah, and look at how open it would be underneath, because I see the DB drop back on it, or the linebacker. But if Kirk drops at the 5-yard mark at that 30, if he would have cut it that 30, that's completion all day. And but not only that, I will give the Bills credit. So like the DB did shade over, because it's a version of a Palms defense is what it is. It's an iteration of palms. And that DB plays loose, and then he, like the guy outside that doubles BTJ, traditionally, he's coming back over or dropping down to bite on ETN, but he doesn't. He doesn't. He jumps over to Brian. And that's good coverage. That's just a good throw. It's just a good play.
Yeah.
But what kills me though is it was clearly a scheme play to Brian. But one thing I want to say though, for people that are like, oh, well, he should have turned left. Let me just ask you something. Do you think quarterbacks are completely blind to the pressure coming at them? Do you think they have no idea it's coming? Because it comes immediately. Cam is getting cooked immediately, and he sees it. Cam got cooked immediately.
You see him right here out of his peripheral. He sees that right here, puts his hand up, and he immediately turns and tries to get that ball out.
Yeah, I mean, should he have probably? If he throws it away, intentional grounding. Because you got to try to make it a catchable ball. And honestly, one thing I will say, if we could zoom in, the ball placement on this throw is still elite. He made it where only he got lucky that the DB didn't make a better play, but he still gave Brian Thomas Jr. a chance at the ball.
It's Gabe Davis.
Or Gabe Davis, sorry. I keep thinking it's BT, sorry. But Gabe Davis, he still gave Gabe Davis a chance at the football.
Yeah, I can't zoom in on it, but it's right in here.
Yeah, I've seen the play up close to his hands. It gets it's right there, dude. Like I'm not saying that's on Gabe for not catching it because it was definitely good coverage, you know. But and then Walker Little comes in, and he's an absolute fucking dumpster fire. He gets fucking torched. I mean,
still better than Cam.
You could tell that Trevor was just as pissed, huh?
I said still better than Cam somehow.
Yeah, still. But he's still a dumpster fire. I mean, and you could tell Trevor's pissed because he waves off the helmet. That's what a lot of people I don't think picked up on. When he lost helmet communication, they were trying to send him in a new helmet. He waved it off. He didn't want the fucking helmet.
This was a great defensive play, but it was holding, but they didn't get called, so it's a great defensive play. We should have pounded it with Bigsby on first down like this when they're showing an empty front like that. Whereas, you got the linebacker sitting in the middle, but good defense on that one.
Absolutely. If Ezra gets vertical off that block, it's good. But again, look at fucking Cam Robinson. Why is he always a turnstile, man? It doesn't matter who he's going against. He just gets fucking rotated out all the time.
Is that Strange and Farrell? Yeah, Strange and Farrell taking two dudes. Yeah. I'm not about to go, every play, but people are like, oh yeah, what are y'all Thomas Jr. likers out, whatever? Like, shut up, dude. Like, this shit looked good. Like, he had the 2 drops, sure, but he fought for yards every time he got the ball, unlike every other person on the team that got it. Right here.
This is an elite read though. Let's talk about this real quick. Go back to right before the snap, because it's another rendition of that same palms coverage they ran, because they want you to think it's single high safety. It's not, because watch, that corner jumps over to Brian Thomas Jr. just like he did on the route earlier. That was lucky it wasn't a pick. Just watch. Kirk pulls him away when he goes vertical, but at first the corner jumps over and then cuts back. Look, see, he goes back. Trevor reads the vertical read and makes the correct read, even with people in his face again. Look, Kirk goes vertical and pulls that corner just enough to get the open space to Brian. If Trevor's not reading the field, and if Trevor's just as bad as you say he is, he's throwing a pick to that DB all fucking day. A pick 6 at that.
Yep.
It's the same. They ran the same coverage that they got a great defensive play on earlier. Trevor read, recognized, and adjusted.
Where's the sack at? Should be, I don't know, it's back here.
Yeah, which one of them?
The headset where he got slammed. Or was it a sack, or did he get the ball out?
No, he got sacked. And that's another thing, dude. We just don't keep our quarterback clean. Yeah. I hate our fan base, honestly, man. I'm not going to lie. Because they'll be the first ones to say, you got to keep your quarterback clean. But then they'll also be the first ones to say, fuck Trevor Lawrence because he's not clean.
Yep. It's got to be
like the play. Double standard is unreal.
I'm not. Which fucking play was it? I know it was in the second half. But, yeah. I think this is it. No? Well, anyways. Yeah.
There's a couple plays I'd like to bring up, bro, if you could. First one, the Kirk play that we said was a no call on the PI, but regardless, I would like to bring it up just to show Trevor Lawrence's skill here, because people again take him for granted, and it really pisses me off because
they don't have
on this play.
Weird. This play or which one?
That's the Christian Kirk study. No, that's a strange study, but we can talk about that one too. That was a good one too, honestly.
I'm trying to think of where the Christian Kirk one was. Was that earlier? That's when he kicked the field goal, right?
I think so, yeah.
Let's see. Oh, actually, this might have been the. Yep.
Oh. All right. Let's see.
Yeah,
this is the one where he goes deep to the end zone.
No, this one where he comes untouched. This is the sack, not the one he gets slammed. This one
the sack. Yeah. The sack where Cam Robinson literally just fucking trashes him.
No, this is Cam Robinson. He gets pushed back, but this is where that dude comes off free around the edge and forces the pressure.
Mm-hmm. That's just our offensive line not being experienced enough collectively, it feels like. And if you look at it, I can tell you why. Because Trevor recognizes the DB blitz from the other side, so he cross faces Travis Etienne to pick him up. Travis Etienne gets cross-faced and picks up the blitz. What they didn't catch was the linebacker coming from the other side. So he ran right around and untouched.
This is the unnecessary roughness. Here it is, I think. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's watch this real quick. All right. So Trevor's already running. Look, off the back foot, he's getting hit. Right? Just go back to Trevor real quick before we get to the end zone. Just to the last second.
I was going to show the end zone cam because it's from the back, but that's fine.
Yeah, just watch Trevor real quick. Oh, that's not loading. Hold on. Oh, there it is. See, off his back foot, rolling away, and still getting sacked. Watch where the ball lands. Watch the placement, even through that. The only person who has a chance at that is Christian Kirk, and it still hits him in the breadbasket.
A very obvious pass interference.
I was about to say, he doesn't make the catch due to pass interference, but watch this. Watch.
I wish we had the other angle.
The pressure.
Dude never even looked up.
Yep. Never. Just pile drives right into Christian's chest.
Ball comes out.
Or his back.
Yep. just don't understand. Like, what's at this point we are down. Yeah, it's 47-10, second and 1.
Yeah, we're running swing passes.
Second and 1. Put the big boy and Christian Kirk, not to mention, catches that. I mean, it's from Mac Jones, but 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Like, what are we doing? Ridiculous, dude. Like,
those screens, and those behind the line of scrimmage throws are what make our offense one-dimensional and make us predictable and make us boring to watch, and we come out flat on game day because of it.
But just remember, this right here, Mac Jones' first pass play snap, is the reason why he's the future. Yep, Trevor Lawrence is a bad quarterback. This play just shows how terrible Trevor Lawrence is as a quarterback. Let's see.
Yeah, it just shows that Mac Jones is just far superior, and we're stupid for not playing him.
Yep. Boop. Poked right out. All because the line is so good and Trevor Lawrence is so bad. Trevor Lawrence caused that fumble because of how bad he is.
Yeah, he actually, from the sideline, smacked it. Yeah, it was his fault.
Of course.
I just don't see how people think that because we paid Trevor $275 million, that means Trevor should be able to do every position on the field. Because where's this same heat for Dak Prescott? Dak Prescott hasn't done shit since he got paid. Where's the same heat for Joe Burrow? Because Joe Burrow and his Bengals are also 0-3. Where's the same heat for C.J. Stroud right now, even though he hasn't been paid? But, like, where's the people calling for his head? Because he's played like shit this year, too.
Where was this ETN when Trevor was in? Hits the hole, decisive, makes a cut up the field. Where was this earlier in the game? I don't know. I'll tell you this. ETN decided he wanted to go off whenever Trevor came off the field. It made no sense.
If we bench Trevor Lawrence, I'm not going to lie to you, that will push me to the very limits of my fanhood. Because how abysmally stupid do we have to be, man?
Yeah. I don't know. If we actually bench Trevor, I'm just selling the rest of my season tickets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not going. I'm gonna get whatever I can out of them, and we'll see. It's a tough game. I mean, and Buffalo played really well. Buffalo played efficient. It sucks that on defense we're missing, 2 of our starters in the secondary. We were forced to roll out some rookies. Jarian got hurt early. It's just, it's been unfortunate to have injuries. I think, while the refs did not lose us the game, they definitely did not help us because we're out here, dudes getting draped on. What the fuck? I hate this stupid system. But, I got dudes getting draped on. And let's see, passing. That's
no calls.
I hate that on field. Where's the touchdown? Oh yeah, let's go look at this one. This one I never saw the defensive holding on Darby.
I didn't either. I would like to see that actually. Yeah.
Are they calling that defensive holding? Where?
I can't see anything, but
yeah, I know you can't. It's so bad, dude. Literally, the guy just turns around and runs into him, And then he like pushes him back a little bit, and they throw the flag. Oh, also the guy that caught the ball, well, he didn't catch it, but if they even like attempt to receive the ball after going out of bounds, is it illegal touching or do they have to catch it?
No, they have to catch it.
Okay, I was about to say because that guy clearly stepped out and was incomplete from Foye, but nah, it looks bad. But yeah, that was a bullshit call on Darby.
Yeah, there was a lot of
guy
those.
turns.
A lot of
Yeah,
those
guy turns right around, runs straight into his face, and then not to mention
I'm upset about the continued allowed abuse of Trevor Lawrence because it's 2 weeks in a row now that he's been fucking suplexed and no calls.
Yep.
Because the headset one, the guy drops his knees and pulls him over him. And I don't know if you guys know what that means, but that's a suplex. For anybody who's unknowledgeable.
No. That's just a normal tackle that no quarterback would have a flag thrown if that happened to them.
It's just at this point, man, there's no excuses for the team as a whole, man. We look terrible in every facet, coaching, execution, players, all of it. But for anyone to sit back and say, hey, this is on Trevor Lawrence, you're a fucking retard. You're a fucking retard. Because look at what happens when the rest of the team actually turns it on around him, like actually does do something. We have one of the best teams in the league.
Is it moving for you again?
No.
I'm just showing the Josh Allen holding.
You mean the one they did on? Are you talking about the one on
Trayvon Walker?
I was about to say Trayvon Walker.
Yeah,
that
holding,
was abysmal.
the holding against.
I hate that everyone just keeps showing that, and then this one guy today, he's like, "I'm just going to give the cold hard truth about Trevor Lawrence, unbiased," and then it proceeds to be completely biased, and then shows Trayvon Walker getting held, and he's like, "Is that a hold? I don't know." Then you don't know fucking football. Stop talking about it. That was clearly a fucking hold. You can't loop around him and hold and hug onto him. First of all.
Yeah, he was holding them all night.
Let's just be clear on that. And then secondly, the hand still grabbed inside. That is holding. Like, if you don't know that's holding, I don't care to hear the rest of your opinion about anything to do with the rest of the game because you're a fucking retard. Even if you did, because I watched the whole video just in case to see if he ever redeemed himself. He makes some good points. But you still got to you are biased. Absolutely. And that's what I hate. I hate unbiased coverage because I'll tell you this right now on our podcast. If a player plays like shit, I'm going to tell you he played like shit. This was one of Trevor Lawrence's worst games he's ever played. Absolutely. Not the worst, but one of, right? That still doesn't mean that this is all on him, and that does not mean that changing quarterbacks is the solution, and it doesn't mean that he is not an elite quarterback. He makes the reads. He does make the throws. He's got the best out routes in the league. He's got great ball placement. He's got good footwork when he's not getting collapsed on. What more do you want from him? I mean, I can't.
You know, it makes sense why it wasn't you weren't able to see it. So I wasn't sharing my fucking screen.
No.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, you know. Let's see. Can you see it now?
Yep.
Yeah, you know, it makes a lot more sense to actually share the screen. This is the holding that they called on Darby.
What the fuck?
What a menace. Really held him there. Ran straight into him. What's he supposed to do? Just fucking like tie his hands behind his back and fucking let him run around?
That's wild.
Yep.
It's wild.
And we love the I'm not sure if this was a holding, but you know.
No, this guy. That guy was killing me, dude. He's like, is this a hold? I don't know. But look, dude, Trayvon even shows his shoulder up at the ref so he can see it.
Yep, throws his arms up, can't do anything, and they're just like, no, that's not a hold. Yeah, okay, buddy. That he was holding on it. They're going to be doing that all season, dude. They're going to be holding the shit out of us until the refs start calling it, and they're not going to. The Browns did it. The fucking
look at that shit, man. Yeah, they were holding all day.
The teams just keep getting away with it.
Honest with you, I think the ref took us out of the Browns game entirely. They killed our momentum very quickly.
Honestly, I think they took us out of this game. I'm not saying we lost this game because of the refs, but like some of the early touchdowns were off of untimely questionable calls on us. No calls for the defensive holding or for the offensive holding almost every play. It was pretty bad. Pretty bad. We definitely lost this game because we did not play good, but they got 21 points off of untimely penalties from us.
And a lot of them, though, I will say we did commit. We looked sloppy all over.
Oh yeah, no, we had some. Yeah, I'm looking for the. I guess they're not going to do offsides because maybe. Oh yeah, no, they are. I want to see this Trayvon Walker offsides that he allegedly.
Yeah, I never saw him set in the neutral zone.
It's a hard angle. I mean, he's right there basically, but the ball is behind the hash. I need to see where he is on this hash, but he's right over the hash. I don't know about that one.
I just think with as lax as they were on the calls against Buffalo, they should have let him go.
I mean, yeah, they're not going to do that because, look at him right here, hooking him, arm around the back shoulder, holding him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I love that on the play that Trevor Lawrence, the guy dove at his ankle, they called us for holding on that play.
Yep.
They felt like
it was
the
a hold.
Was more important.
Yeah, it definitely was a hold, but he definitely also went for his ankle.
Yeah,
which is a much worse penalty. Look at this. Look at this. They called this offsides on Eric Armstead.
That's fucking wild. This is abysmal, man. Look at it. And for any Jags fans out there that are like, oh, we're completely toast. We are in a bad spot, but this shit doesn't help. He's not in the neutral
further
zone.
Up the field. Trayvon's further up the field. Josh is further up the field. Unless he moves. Oh, okay. So that was.
Oh, yeah, he jumps. He jumps.
Okay, he jumps.
He jumps.
That's fine. He jumps.
No, he jumped on that one. I forgot. Yeah, he definitely jumps. But here's the thing. The ref stuff we're talking about. A roughing the passer, because first of all, even on that holding play, there was a hold, but roughing the passer still supersedes that.
Mm-hmm. Still a first down.
Unnecessary roughness supersedes that. It all supersedes. But they took the holding call.
This terrible fucking call. Over here calling unnecessary. His shoulder makes contact, first of all, with the back of his shoulder pads because the dude fucking curls up like a ball and ducks his head, which should be a penalty, but it's not. Look at him right here.
Yeah, that should be.
I hate this angle. This angle's terrible.
He leads with his head like a fucking retard. That's on him.
Yeah. I hate
what
they don't make that call.
Supposed to do on this play? What you supposed to do? Super DT. Phase out of the fucking way?
That was Daniel Thomas.
Wasn't on Daniel? Sorry.
Yeah, you look, his head's down here. His head's over here and his shoulder's there. He makes contact with the back of his shoulder. He does not lead with his head. There's no unnecessary roughness. That was ridiculous. The dude dropped.
But even if it was, let's just talk about this though. Yeah, I was gonna say, even if it was, let's talk about this. Why does he get to drop his head and run into him?
Yep. It's been like that forever, dude. I think it pisses me off. Make all these rules to protect the offense, but you don't make any to protect the defense at all. How is leading with the helmet not a two-way foul?
But I feel like, too, it's always overly enforced against the Jaguars, too. I'm not gonna lie. It always feels like we are always getting the shit end of the
I know
stick when it
Derwin
comes
James
to
just got suspended for a game for repeated. Yeah, this one right
violation.
here,
Yeah.
Muma, he just gets torched.
Mm-hmm.
And Muma's very athletic. I don't think he thought Ty Johnson was going that vertical. But let me see. Is this cover one? Yeah, it is cover one.
Which I'm not gonna lie, it kind of blows my mind why we were even running cover one in the red zone. Because we don't have the personnel to run man to man like that right now. I think that's where you start wondering.
Yeah, this bum on the field. Fucking bum. I don't even know. I mean, I don't even know what else to say. Somebody on. They're not going to fire anybody, but somebody needs to be gone. It's ridiculous that we got to sit here and beg. But I don't know, man. I really don't have anything else to say about this game. I mean, we've talked about. I don't think Trevor's the problem. I think people who say that just honestly need to stop watching or chill the fuck out. It's honestly disgusting to me that people just want to put everything on him and act like, oh well, if he was better, blah blah blah. Like, cool, you can say what you want. Trevor Lawrence has the least amount
If you
of
put
time
Patrick
before the puck
Mahomes on the
collapses.
second team, he would be trash.
He might make the only reason he wouldn't be is because he's Patrick Mahomes and he'd get the benefit of the doubt on every single call.
Mm-hmm.
And they would allow the holdings. And
yes, facts. Because Jawan Taylor's still a holding ass bitch.
All of them are. The league makes more money, and I've said this for a long time. The Ravens, the 49ers, or not the Ravens, 49ers, the Ravens, the Chiefs, and the Bills have the lead. They get the most benefit of the doubt on holding calls and penalties because the league makes more money the longer they have time to improvise and throw the ball.
Yeah, because it's more exciting.
I've been of that opinion for a long time. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if you think I'm, full of whatever. I don't give a fuck. The league makes more money the longer they have to throw, and they're going to get the benefit of the doubt 19 times out of 10 because the league makes more money when they have more time to throw. And they're not going to call penalties on players whenever something happens because, they need to make more money. Let's see. Where's just a long play for 17 yards? Let's see. I guarantee you there's an egregious holding on this play. Let's just put the film on. Now, this is gonna be hard to see. Let me go to the end zone cam because I want to make sure this is what I think it is. DB blitzes off the outside. Now the ball is coming out. Watch this guy right here. Watch his right hand. Watch his right hand placement.
I don't think you're sharing again.
Oh, god damn it! Now we'll say after the ball comes out. But if we did this, watch old Big 64 over here. If we did this, this is getting called 9 times out of 10. Watch this. Right hand, back of the jersey. He is wrapping him up.
Yep.
That is a call every time for Jacksonville. But it's not a call for them because they're the Chiefs. Watch this. Boop. Wraps him up right there. Wraps him up. Ref's looking. This guy probably not looking. This guy's looking right at him. Wraps him up. Like I guarantee you any pass over 10 yards for the Chiefs, there's somebody holding somebody. And they're going to get those. They're going to get the benefit of the doubt on them. And like last year, they were the most called team for holding. They probably should have had a lot more called, but they weren't. But they've got to throw penalties on them during the regular season to make it seem like, they're getting after them. No, they're not.
I mean, it's also like last year, Jawan Taylor didn't get called for like a half of what he was actually false starting. They emphasized it big in the first half of the season to make people believe they were, but
yeah. ridiculous. I don't know, man. It's just it's hard to watch. It's hard to sit here and be positive and think that there's still a lot of season left, because there's still 14 games left. But when you sit here and watch this and you have watched the team degrade, like getting more talent and degrading somehow every year, it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it.
There's a cancer in this locker room.
Something's going on. I think that players are. Yeah, I think the players are fed up with Doug Peterson, and I think that it's time for a change.
Honestly, I'll say this. I don't know that they're fed up with Doug. And I know we've had this debate that Doug and Press are the same person, essentially, and I do agree. But I don't know it's that they're fed up with Doug. Honestly, I don't. I know Trevor's fed up with Press. I think.
My thing is, again, is it really Press?
Yeah, we talked about that, and no one but the people in the building will know.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
I will say I caught a couple times, though, the play call's going in, and it wasn't Doug Peterson giving it.
Yeah, I did actually see Press Taylor talk a couple times. I saw him whisper into the mic. Oh, Mr. Oh, look at this. Look at this big boy right here. Watch this. Watch this. Oh. That's a holding.
That is holding.
Can't have your hands outside of the shoulders. Hand on the front, hand on the back. Watch this guy. He's trying to get away from him. He can't. That's a holding. Should have been thrown. Wasn't thrown. 13 yards. I guarantee
you don't even have to show you guys the ones that happened in the Bills game, because we saw the most egregious example I've ever seen ever.
Mm-hmm. Look at that. Jawan Taylor wraps him up. Holding. Throws him down. Cool.
And you know what's crazy? That's a perfect example of what we're talking about, though, because when Jawan Taylor was a Jaguar, that got called all the time. That's why we were willing to get rid of his ass.
Yep. He's not some elite player because he left Jacksonville.
That's what drives me nuts, though. That's what drives me nuts. People are like, Jawan Taylor was so bad, and then he just went to the Chiefs, and now he's a Super Bowl champ. No, dude. What the difference is the officiating and the ways that the games are called, because on our team, he was one of our most penalized linemen because he was dog shit.
Look at this. Fucking around the neck, dude, in the face.
Yeah, dude, how is that not a hold? It's hands to the face, holding,
Yeah, he uses that arm around his waist when he changes directions to throw him down. But that's just good blocking, because he's an elite player because he left Jacksonville. Yeah, I'm done with that. But I'm just just making a point that whenever you're Jacksonville, you get called for these things, and whenever you're other teams that are making the league more money, you don't.
I want to know another thing too, is just, man, why is Trent Baalke not on the hook for this more? Why is everybody just wanting to point at Trevor? Why are we not talking about the fact that Trent Baalke is still continuously deciding that this offensive line is fine? And why is Doug Peterson on board with that? This offensive line is fucking terrible. They've never been good. They've been okay at best, and that was when we went to the playoffs, and that was okay. Never been fucking good. I'm just tired of this shit, man.
Yeah, then Peterson. There has to be changes, whether it's play design, personnel, everything. Let's call it. And those are all the things I have to look at. We have to look at the staff and make adjustments. Yeah, we have to look at the staff and get rid of some people, dude.
I'm going to be honest with you. I would love to see him fire Press Taylor, and let's find out if it was him or Doug.
They're not going to do that.
Fire him.
Phil Rauscher will be fired.
Because Doug's...
They'll fire Phil Rauscher and say, oh, well, Phil's the problem.
I will say I believe Mike Caldwell when he said the problem's still in that building.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Mike Caldwell was a shitty coordinator also, so I don't care what anybody says. Everybody's trying to go to his defense right now. No. He was still shitty, bro.
You can be right and still be terrible.
Yeah, because he was both. He was right, but also terrible. I just love how nobody's calling it like it is, man. They're not fair. They're not fair people, is what I'm really saying. Like, are you really fans? Honestly, like, are you? Like, are you a fan of this team, or are you just a fan of trying your hardest to make us worse than it is? Because making it worse than it is to say that Trevor's not the guy. That's making it worse than it is. Being honest about it, saying everybody we paid this season has been underwhelming. No one's going to say that Josh Allen's not our guy at the edge.
No one's going to say that. He's Josh Allen.
No one's going to say
Josh Hines Allen.
No one's going to say that. He's Josh Hines Allen. No one's going to say that because he's a
fucking
beast.
You know what that reminds me of, Josh Hines Allen?
What's that?
Darius Leonard.
Yeah.
A.K.A. Shaq Leonard. Mm-hmm. Was an absolute monster until he changed his name. Then he was trash.
You're right.
Got paid, too.
Yep.
Got paid, changed his name, trash. Josh, I mean, he was still our highest rated player again. Terrible tackling grade. But, pass rush, not great. Coverage, not great. Why is he even dropping in the coverage? I don't know. Trayvon didn't. Trayvon had 3 stops. I don't care what anybody says. By the end of next year, or the end of this year, end of next year, Trayvon Walker, I think he's going to be the top dog on that D-line.
I think he already is.
I like Josh Allen. I'm not ready to say it yet just because Josh Allen still has those games where he has 3 or 4 sacks randomly and he'll end up with more stats. But like Josh Allen's good. I like Josh Allen.
This year.
Trayvon's got a much higher ceiling. I don't care what anybody says. And I mean, Trayvon's out here getting more hurries. He's getting more tackles. Like, I just think that Trayvon, he's gonna be good this year, man. I don't care what anybody says. I'm tired of everybody shitting on him saying, "Oh, Aiden Hutchinson, shut up." Aiden Hutchinson plays in a terrible division. Not really a terrible division, but against some bad players. Like, a lot of his sacks, people run right into him. I don't know. I'm not getting into that. I'm done. What else you got, Trev?
Eric Armstead needs to stop fucking podcasting and start playing football. Just want to say that. Because he ain't done shit either. And for the people I've seen that say they want Bill Belichick, if you think it's bad now,
yeah, they're not hiring Bill Belichick.
Well, here's the thing I want to say, though. It's actually a scary reality that it is possible, buddy. You know why? Because do you know why they ended up making Doug Marrone the coach and removing the interim tag and just making him full head time? Why? It was the advice of Bill Belichick. Because Bill Belichick does have a good relationship with the Cons.
I don't know. I think he's done. I don't think they'll bring him in.
I really hope
they're good. I think they're going to go a different direction.
I
think they're going to look at one of these young and upcoming coordinators, and it's going to be offense because they're going to want Trevor to have a connection. It's going to be one of these young and upcoming coordinators. It's going to be Kellen Moore. It's going to be it's going to be somebody. Byron Leftwich. It's going to be someone. I don't know who it's going to be. Did Byron ever get signed?
Honestly, I dread it. Huh?
Did Byron Leftwich ever get signed?
I don't know, but I hope we don't do it. Honestly, I like Kellen Moore and stuff like that.
I honestly don't care. I want this regime out of the building. I mean, the worst part.
Well, it's bad when even Dilla is willing to post that. Oh
yeah. Well, I mean, my thing is no matter what we do, we're not cleaning house. We're going to keep somebody somewhere, something. We need to do it for the first time in franchise history, at least the first time since Shad Khan's been here. And honestly, I think Balky has gotten better and he's doing better. And I think that I don't have I don't know. I'm of the opinion that the offensive line and personnel was more of Doug Peterson and Phil Rauscher thinking that they can just whisper sweet nothings and the offensive line will get better somehow. But at the same time, I don't know. I just think we just going to.
Well, again, as a GM though, that should have never been a thing. That should have never been allowed to happen. It doesn't.
Yeah,
I would honestly, if you're willing to go to war over Mason Smith not playing, if you're willing to go to war over that, like, how are you not willing to like object to their bull? It's just terrible.
Yeah, I don't know, but signals getting worse. I think it's a good time to end it. Thanks for coming on. Shout out Worm. Not much positivity here. Hopefully I can get some positivity before the game, but we shall see. Y'all have a good one.